The silence is wrong. It is a hollow space where a heartbeat should be. For generations, the life of the River Stone clan, this small band of Homo Habilis, has been shaped by the songs of the river gods. The great, crested herds of Parasaurolophus. Their calls are the rhythm of safety. A deep, resonant hum that vibrates through the stones of the riverbed and up into the bones of the people. That sound is the great sonic shield. It means the herds are calm, grazing on the soft ferns near the water. Bass sharp, high-pitched blast means a car knows or stalks the tree lane, a danger to be noted and avoided. But this quiet, this utter and complete void of sound, is new. It is the sound of a world holding its breath. Oe, the clan's oldest toolmaker, feels it in her joints. She sits at the mouth of their shallow cave, her gnarled fingers still. The river stone she was shaping resting uselessly in her palm. Her eyes, deep set and weary, scan the riverbank below. The water flows. The wind rustles the giant cycads. But the great beasts are gone. They vanished 3 suns ago. First a tremor in the earth, a deep, shuddering vibration that was not the thunder of a storm nor the plodding of a herd, but something singular, something heavier. Then came the first sign, the half-eaten carcass of a young triceratops, its horned frill shattered by a force no OLOSA could muster. The clan had watched from the cliffs, their hunger warring with a primal fear they had never known. The next day, the river ran red for an hour, and the deep, reassuring calls of the Parasaurolophus fractured into panicked shrieks before ceasing altogether. Now, there is only this profound and terrifying emptiness. The Giganotosaurus has come. It is a name they do not have, a concept their minds struggle to contain. They know it only as the tyrant, the great shadow, the god-eater. They see it now, a moving mountain of scarred flesh and teeth like black daggers, patrolling the river as if it were a vein in its own colossal body. It is impossibly large, its head alone the size of their entire communal fire pit. Its footsteps are not sounds but events, each one a tremor that shakes loose pebbles from the cave roof. The creature's existence has broken their world. The river is their source of everything, the fish snared in reed baskets, the soft clay for marking their dead, the very water they drink. To approach it now is to offer oneself to the tyrant. The clan shrinks back into the suffocating darkness of their cave, the gnawing in their bellies, a dull lake compared to the sharp, immediate terror that stalks the sunlight. The children do not cry. They have learned that sound travels. The hunters do not speak of plans. They watch the shadow move below, their spear points of sharpened stone and bone seeming like children's toys. The delicate balance of their prehistoric life, a balance purchased with generations of observation and cunning, has been shattered. They are no longer clever survivors in a dangerous world. They are simply prey, waiting in a trap made of their own fear. Oe looks at the faces around her, lit by the low, smoky fire. They are gaunt, their eyes wide. This is an extinction event measured not in continents, but in the heartbeats of one small clan. The quiet presses in, a physical weight. That night, she gathers the others. The song of the world is broken. She masks. Her voice dries dust. Come, sit by this fire, and we will find the thread to weave it anew, or we will become echoes in the stone. Days bleed into one another in the grey, smoky twilight of the cave. The hunger is no longer an ache. It is a predator from within, following them out, dulling their senses. The children lie listless, their bellies swollen not with food but with emptiness. 2 elders have already been given back to the earth, their bodies wrapped in leaves untucked into a crevice at the back of the cave. A quiet ceremony marked only by the rasp of stone on stone as the entrance was sealed. The tyrant's reign is absolute. Its earth-shaking passage is the new rhythm of their lives, a constant, terrifying drumbeat that promises only death. Its shadow falls over the cave mouth twice each day, a fleeting eclipse that chills the air. During one of these terrifying passages, Oe watches a dry reed, caught in a fissure near the cave entrance, vibrate with the passing tremors. I know. Mournful hum fills the air for a moment, a tiny sound almost lost beneath the thunder of the Giganotosaurus. But Oe hears it, and in that hollow sound, an idea takes root, an idea so audacious, so contrary to every instinct of survival, that it feels like a madness born of starvation. That night, she gathers the two strongest and fastest hunters, a young male named Kale and a silent female, Lyra. She does not speak of meat, she speaks of sound. The tyrant is a creature of thunder, she whispers, her voice a dry rustle of leaves. But the river gods, the Parasaurolophus, they were creatures of song. Their call was not just a warning, it was a claim. It spoke of numbers, of size, of a herd that was too much trouble to hunt. She holds up the reed. Their song came from bone, a great, hollow bone on their head, filled with chambers, like this, but vast. Cal stares at her, his eyes clouded with doubt. We need meat, old matter, not music. Oa's gaze is hard as flint. The meat is gone because the music is gone. We cannot fight the tyrant with stone points. We must fight it with a ghost. Her plan is the ultimate gamble, a testament to the strange new pathways forming in the hominid mind. They will not hunt for meat. They will venture out into the tyrant's domain to find a Parasaurolophus carcass, and they will bring back only one thing, the great, hollow crest. It is a suicide mission for a piece of bone. This is the hard choice presented, a moment that defines a turning point in hominid history. Under the sliver of a crescent moon, Cal and Lyra move. They are shadows themselves, flowing over the rock, their bare feet silent on the cool stone. Every rustle of a fern, every snap of a twig, sends a jolt of pure terror through them. The air is thick with the metallic scent of the tyrant, a predator's musk that coats the back of the throat. They find the carcass in a grove of shattered cycads, its body a landscape of ruin. The smell of decay is overwhelming, but beneath it, they can see the prize. The crest is intact, a magnificent, curving sweep of bone, undamaged in the slaughter, using the sharpest flint blades Oa could provide, the pinnacle of their primitive technology. They begin the grim work. The bone is thick, the ligaments like iron cords. It is a slow, agonizing process. Hours pass. The sky begins to pale in the east. A distant tremor shakes the ground. It is coming. Panic seizes Kale, but Lyra's hand on his arm stills him. She does not look up. She only works faster, her knuckles bloody, the flint blade sawing relentlessly. With a final, sickening crack, the crest comes free. It is heavy. Oh good, they haul it between them, stumbling back towards the cliffs, their lungs burning, every fiber of their being screaming as the footfalls behind them grow louder, closer, shaking the very world beneath them. They scramble into the safety of the cave just as the tyrant's massive head rises over the ridge, its roar shattering the morning calm. They did not bring back food. They brought back a heavy, silent, hollow bone. They brought back Oa's ghost. The crest lies in the center of the cave, a pale, curving enigma. It is a piece of a god, and the clan treats it with a fearful reverence. For 2 days, Oa does nothing but study it, running her hands over its smooth, cool surface, peering into the dark opening at its base. The clan's hope, thin and brittle as a dry leaf, begins to crumble. The hunger returns with a vengeance, and the tyrant steps outside are a constant, mocking reminder of their prison. Then, Oa acts. She puts her lips to the opening and blows. The sound that emerges is a pathetic, hairy whistle, a mouse squeaking at a mountain. Kale snorts in derision, but Oa ignores him. She tries again, cupping her hands, changing the angle of her breath. She spends a full day experimenting, her cheeks hollow, her breath growing red, until a new sound finally emerges. It is not the song of the river gods. Not yet, but it is a deep, resonant note that makes the very air in the cave hum. It is a sound of power. A ghost has found its voice. The plan she outlines is one of final desperation. They will not flee. They will not hide. They will call the tyrant and lead it to its grave. A half-day's journey from the river lies the hissing flats, a treacherous maze of geothermal vents and deep, bubbling mud pits the clan has always avoided. The ground there is a thin crust over a boiling, sulphurous underworld. They will use the crest to create a ghost herd, a chorus of phantom beasts, and lower the Giganotosaurus onto this unstable ground. It is a battle of wit against wrath, a pivotal moment in hominid history. Tail, with the strongest lungs, is chosen to carry and sound the horn. Lyra to others will move ahead, loosening rocks and preparing a small landslide to block any retreat. The rest of the clan, even the children, have a role: to stay hidden on the high cliffs overlooking the flats, ready to hurl stones and shriek, adding to the disorienting chaos. This is no longer a hunt, it is a collaborative, tactical execution. As dusk settles, Kel stands at the edge of their territory and raises the crest. He takes a deep breath and pours all the clan's fear, hunger, and defiance into it. A booming, mournful call echoes through the valley. The resurrected voice of the Parasaurolophus. The sound is so authentic, so full of life, that for a moment the clan themselves believe the river gods have returned. Miles away, the torrent's head snaps up. The call is a challenge, an intrusion, with a ground-shaking roar of fury. It begins to move. The chase is a nightmare ballet. Kale runs, sounds the horn, then runs again. The thunderous footfalls closing behind him, the sound of the crest. This piece of what can only be described as early osteodontogratic technology is their only shield. It confuses the tyrant, which hunts by sight and smell, making it hesitate, searching for the massive herd that isn't there. At the edge of the hissing flats, the beast stops. It can smell the sulfur, feel the heat, sense the danger. It will not be drawn further. The plan is failing. It is then that away, small and frail, steps from behind a rock directly in the tyrant's path. She holds no spear. She simply stands there, a tiny, defiant figure. She screams. The high, thin sound of pure challenge. For one critical second, the Giganotosaurus says fast. Predatory intellect is consumed by rage at this insignificant creature's audacity. It lunges. As it takes that final, furious step, the ground gives way. There is a deafening hiss of steam, the shriek of a dying god, and then the sickening sound of a mountain of flesh collapsing into the boiling mud. Silence returns to the river valley. But this is a new silence. It is one earned by blood, brilliance, and bone. The clan does not celebrate. They descend from a cliffs and stand at the edge of the hissing flats, watching the steam rise from the tyrant's tomb. They have survived. They have killed a god with a ghost's voice. In their hands, the Parasaurolophus crest is no longer just a piece of bone. It is a key, a testament to the idea that the greatest weapon is not the tooth or the claw, but the thought that precedes them. This single, desperate act becomes a story, then a lesson, etched into the walls of their cave and the pathways of their brains. It is the genesis of a radical notion that will define the future of their species, that the laws of this world, the brutal hierarchy of predator and prey, are not immutable. They can be studied, understood, and bent. This is the moment our ancestors stopped merely enduring the prehistoric world and began to consciously reshape it, trading brute force for strategy, and fear for calculated audacity. Their victory is a quiet, profound tremor that will ripple forward through millennia, the first echo of the intelligence that would one day lead Homo sapiens to look up at the stars and wonder, not how to hide from the monsters, but how to reach them. This is the chronicle of our long defiance. And in the dark, a new predator learns to hunt with fire.